had one of our guests on, Jason Fry, talking about the Celtics are going to win their 19th championship. So what have you got to say about that?
Who this Jason Fry character is, he was talking about doing hard shit. Well, his prediction is bullshit. Okay. All right. The flu got me last week. Powered through that.
Well, much better.
Yeah, well, on my bad days, I look a hell of a lot better than you.
Are you ready for the joke?
I was about to introduce the joke. You jumped the damn gun again.
I'm feeling Caribbean here in this.
You're feeling
Caribbean. That's the word I just made up.
What the
Caribbean? I'm feeling Caribbean.
Folks, we are the most entertaining thing on the world, in the world right now. I think you're trying to cover your own ass right now and just not
country
admit
of ninth in the country.
I think you're just trying to cover your ass right now and don't.
You know what? I got a big ass, so
that's a lot of
cover. A lot of cover. It take a blanket, damn it.
More like a drape.
Did you just pull a drape? Is that so I can open it up when I need to go?
Hey, you're getting too deep into this. Rivalries make sports great, but they got to be on the same level. And I'm sorry, Angel Reese ain't on the level of Caitlin Clark. Like, it's not Magic Bird. If you don't want to commit to it, take your ass and be a PE All-Star.
First off, you need to get your facts effing straight.
How do you like me now? How do you like me now? What? You're the coach. Shut up, dude. I won 5 Super Bowls, damn it. How dare you call the Cowboys a shit team? Watch the Cowboys. It'll be fun, they said. Bloody fucking hell, it was no fun. It was like riding a train around one of the Kardashians' asses, and you just disappear into this abyss of ass. Somehow he talked about buttholes that made me hungry for a PBJ sandwich. It's 35-7, and it's only 7 because you just scored. Shut up. Are you telling me coaches like Coach Popovich does plays in spaghetti noodles?
The thing about Coach Popovich is he actually liked to use popcorn with super glue.
Popcorn with super glue?
Yeah, he would put super glue little magnets on the bottom, and then he would arrange them on the board, and he would like color them different colors, and that would signify the opponents. And yeah.
Are those the players?
I don't want to give away any industry secrets on that particular thing, but yeah, I'm just gonna say you gotta. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm saying no more.
And they're playing with sticks, and they're playing with a little puck all the time.
Expert analysis right there. They play with sticks and pucks. Talking about last names, Stankhoven. He put the stank on them, and that was terrible. I'm sorry. I'm going to look directly into the camera up here, which I hardly ever do. I want to apologize to y'all on behalf of my bloodline right now, because that was awful. Oh, my God. You're getting worse. All right.
Trying to grow the game, man. Global game.
These people, they don't give a damn.
Well, I don't really know, but it drives me nuts. You're almost going to laugh. I can see it. Almost fixing to lose it. It drives me nuts.
Oh, man.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
Oh, my God.
I'm laughing already because Dustin, I don't think, has seen our intro fully in a long time.
It's been a while.
And I can see your reaction.
Oh my God.
To a lot of our stuff.
I feel like I just watched a comedy show before a podcast. That's what it felt like.
We try.
Drives me nuts.
So y'all have some of the best impressions, I'm telling you. Y'all need to do some more. Y'all need to I need like a Bill
Well, see,
Belichick. Like
I want to bring in my Indian guy,
No,
but he doesn't want me to do that.
not doing the Indian. Not doing the Indian. We'll get canceled. All right.
Racist.
What you're calling me racist when you're impersonating them? What are you
Hey,
doing here?
impersonation is one of the greatest forms of flattery. So,
Hey, you know something I noticed that I've never seen before? That your dad is up.
He's up.
oh yeah, I'm standing because it's raining. My quads are hurting. It's going to be a long night of waiting till the Cowboys screw this up somehow. And
I thought
so
maybe
I'm
he'd
standing.
moved his camera, but he's just standing. So
No.
Yeah.
I guess he was tired of using his booster chair. Oh man! All right, folks. Well, we didn't even get the intro because we just got into it. I am Casey, the remix schedule. He is Eddie, the original schedule, down below there, with his head shining nice and bright. And it is a network show, so we got Dustin here from the Tire Sports Crew. Hopefully, Derek will be here. Hopefully, the Philly guys will stop ducking us, and we'll see if they pop in a little later. Hopefully, maybe we'll have them on when Philly picks, if we're even still on. 3.5 hours is a long road ahead, so we're gonna try to survive it as long as we can. But
got my popcorn ready.
Okay, Terrell Owens.
I didn't
But
throw it over my head.
it is our show, and we always start the show a certain way. So you got two people in your audience on screen now to tell you you're terrible at joke telling. So why don't you go and hit us with your joke?
You know, I was doing some research. Do you know how much a chimney costs?
Say it one more time.
Do you know how much a chimney costs?
I ain't got nothing. Dustin, you got it.
15 grand.
Nothing. It's on the house.
Well, you got him.
Well, I'm laughing because it's not. It's funny, but it's just stupid though.
Did you realize we were doing the joke?
Well, I did. It's just. I don't know. I don't know where that. I didn't know where that was going. I just didn't
draft
expect
night, and I got to give another one too. You know, the other day, and I think I may have said this one before. The other day, I bought a thesaurus, not a dinosaur, but a thesaurus, the book. But when I got home and opened it, all the pages were blank. I have no words to describe how angry I am.
You already said that one.
But Dustin didn't hear it, so.
Our audience
like Dustin's actually laughing some, so you know
it really doesn't. I watch a lot of comedy, so I laugh a lot, and I love to laugh. So it doesn't take a lot to make me laugh, but I do laugh at stupidity too. I'm not saying it was stupid. I'm just saying
it was stupid. You can be honest.
No. I'm serious. Like I think stupid things are funny as well.
So my boy Fry over here, he's like, Casey, what's on your face? That is
that's because he was looking at the intro when you were doing your J Kid impression.
Well, yeah, so you got it. I almost got fooled by one of those sports groups on Facebook that post stupid crap, and they had posted something of like Jason Kidd got fired, and I almost panicked, and I was like, well, there goes one of my characters.
I saw that a lot this week on different on different things, but then when I see something like that, the first thing I'll do is I always go to ESPN, because usually ESPN, or depending on what sport it is, I'll go to that person's Twitter, because they're gonna drop it as soon as they know. That's just someone of that magnitude, and yeah, I knew it was fake, but I've been seeing that like almost every day.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw something that said they had mutually agreed to part ways. Oh, it looks like the draft is fixing to get going here. How does Lil Wayne always end up at these things? Lil Wayne is just like
he just pops out of a
He's
box
like-
or something
he is
all the
like-
time, and he's
Son of a
Like
he's like
America's mascot has been like Snoop Dogg, and like the next one in line to be the next Snoop Dogg is Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah, 100%. Everyone, he's at every event. Well, I mean, for one, he could throw a lot of money into it, but I'm surprised he's at the draft. That's not what I expected. I didn't
That's in
expect to see him
Green
at the
Bay.
draft.
Well, they had to do something because apparently there's nothing to do in Green Bay according to one of the draft picks.
well, if they got Chris Matthews up here saying the Bears still suck, so
I feel like there's going to be a lot of trolling between Green Bay and Chicago today.
you
Oh
think?
yeah.
You know, I honestly wish before we hopped on with Tired Sports, Dustin, I don't know if you know this, but I actually had started branching off with another show as well, a second sports podcast, and it was with two guys from the Chicago area. And our we were going to be called Last Call Sports. We had a logo. I actually had a T-shirt somewhere around here already made, but it didn't end up working out. So Kyle and Juan, if you're watching, we appreciate y'all. Maybe something down the road, or if y'all got y'all's, if you got one back up, maybe you could join Tired Sports Network. Just throwing it.
Yeah.
They have a pretty good
Definitely.
following on their whiskey show. They do a whiskey and beer show.
Titans are on the clock.
All right,
Not a
it's
big,
got to be Cam, right? It's got to be Cam.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think it's super clear cut.
About
Did y'all watch me and Derek do our like quote unquote mock draft last night? He picked all the odd teams picks, and I picked all the even. We both made some crazy picks, but I'm curious to see who goes second. I think the number one's clear cut, but
I think if you're the Browns, I mean, I get it's
you gotta
tempting.
You gotta
but
take.
You gotta
Hunter,
go
though.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah, you got to. And what gets me about this whole draft is that the top two guys, which is Hunter and Carter, are not even going to go number one. But then again, they're not quarterbacks.
So I had the Browns picking Abdul Carter.
So I understand the temptation behind that. You put Miles, Carter on each end. I totally get that, but I don't know. I just think Travis Hunter's he's generational.
Yeah. I guess what I get from it is if I put Abdul Carter kind of like he went to Penn State. He wore the same jersey, number 11. He's Micah Parson-ish type, or that potential is there at some point. Yeah. And you pair that with a Myles Garrett, which would be on the other side. I would assume Abdul Carter would play kind of like that hybrid role like Parsons plays if he gets to that potential. That defense, again, I know it's not just two people playing defense, but that defense could be kind of scary. And I forgot about this until last night. I was like, man, why would they draft Hunter and nobody throw it to him? Well, they do have Joe Flacco. Look what he did with him a couple of years ago. He took them to the playoffs, and nobody expected that. So, I could see both ways.
I think Travis is going to start primarily as a corner.
See, that's where I completely agree. He would be on the defense side of the ball. So if he said he's going to play both ways. So whoever drafts him, they've got to. I guess they're pretty clear cut. Know that he's playing both ways. Maybe not full time, but packages, whatever. I would expect him to start at cornerback too. I don't see why he would play mainly offense because I think he's more productive and more talented at the defense side of the ball, personally. But
yeah, it's what gets me is that it's been the talk all week is the drop in Sanders and
did you see Mel Kiper had him ranked number one?
What?
Number one quarterback?
Yes. Well, he had him as the number one pick in the draft too.
Oh
no! Like the Titans would be taking Shador. Like you were obviously getting paid by his agent to say something.
Yeah. I think that
Yeah.
Shador, if I'm Shador, I honestly don't care where I go, but it has to be the right situation. Like, I want to go to the right situation for me. It's almost like a Brock Purdy move. Like, Brock Purdy went to the right situation and look what happened to him, right? It's kind of like that. Like, I think the best place for him, and I don't know if this team drafts subs to get him to make sure they get him, but I really think he should go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, if he's there at 21 for Pittsburgh and no trades have happened or anything like that, I'm picking him because you have no quarterback.
Well, the Titans are on the phone. Cam Ward is on his cell phone. So I don't think there's going to be any mystery here or anything change.
You don't think they're shopping this, are they?
I don't think so. They just showed Cam Ward on his cell phone, and they are on the phone in their war room. So I think it's done deal that it's going to be Ward.
Yeah, more than likely. I don't think.
Okay, they're kind of comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. Does he have that ability?
No.
There's no way, right?
No, that's thinking.
Not going to the Titans. If you were going to a better team, I mean, I don't know. Patrick Mahomes. That's so hard to beat.
The other comparison I just saw, which I think is closer, is to Baker Mayfield. That was the one I just saw.
Well, when you say Baker Mayfield, are you talking about like his early years in the NFL, or are you talking about where he is now? Like, he has a potential to get where Baker is now. Because Baker's good now. Like, he didn't start off so hot in the NFL, but he's came on.
No, well, the first few years with Cleveland, he did pretty well.
Yeah,
but he didn't have a team around him at all. Right. Which, unfortunately, that's what Cleveland does. So, pick is in. The pick is in.
Dun dun dun.
So
it's got to be Cam Ward.
He's not standing up, but they're not announcing a trade or anything.
I mean, ain't Cam Ward? He's from Texas, right? That's where he went to high school at. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, you never know based on how many times he transferred.
Yeah. Well, Washington State.
Who's in college athletics.
Yeah, it was interesting this week. I heard Deion Sanders come out and say they need to do something about this. They need to do something about putting some guardrails up, putting some things on these salaries.
It's interesting coming from a guy who built his team the last 2 years from the transfer portal.
Well, yeah. But I think now he ain't going to have his son anymore. He ain't going to have Travis Hunter.
Hey, we're about to figure out what type of coach he is real quick. I've always, I'm not going to, I don't want to throw names or anything. But at one of the schools that I used to coach at, his son played on team. His son's an amazing generational basketball player. And like, I'd forget to coach sometimes watching him play. And like, it was circumstances, he didn't get to coach very long after his kid left. And the year after was COVID. So it was kind of a weird year, COVID year. And then he had to leave the next year. But I really wanted to see how that was going to pan out to really, I feel like it's real easy to be a coach.
Number one pick.
A generational guy. And
the Titans select Cam Ward.
I mean, we knew that.
My feed must be a little behind. But Cam Ward, as expected. So,
number one.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're right when the season, the college season type end. It was always like Cam Ward, Shador, and then, well, it was really Cam Ward. It was really all three of them: Cam Ward, Shador, Travis Hunter, and then it really, I guess, it got out that Tennessee was really just stuck on.
Hang on, we just got a report that Cleveland is looking at trading the second pick. They are moving to number 5 in the Jacksonville Jaguars spot. Cleveland trades the pick to the Jaguars.
Jaguars going. Now they got to be going for Hunter.
So now we're gonna have to see. This throws a little kink in the. Yeah, Jaguars are on the clock.
You know who I think they grab here?
I think it's got to be Hunter.
No, they don't get Hunter. They're watch. I bet they pick Genty. Watch.
Why would you go for Genty when you could get him at 5?
Well, because I think for one, they need a running back, and
Well, they need a lot.
Well, yeah, they need a lot,
You
but
can get 2
I don't know
positions with
though.
one guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna go with Hunter. I bet you.
Wait,
We're gonna see here. Got
so
6 minutes left on the clock.
So they swap.
So that means now Cleveland dropping to number 5. That's going to throw an interesting.
Do y'all give any credence to Jerry Jones saying big things are in the works?
No, you already know how I feel. There's nothing going to happen. He's going to screw the first pick up, and he'll probably do the rest of them okay at best.
I have a question. What if he moves from 12 with the Raiders, gives up our second round pick or a second rounder next year, and maybe something else next year to get Genty?
I don't think we should get Genty. I like Johnson out of Iowa better. I think he's I think with what when I see Caleb Johnson, he reminds me of Zeke Elliott in his beginning years. That's why. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong. Let me start there. You can't go wrong with either one. Genty, Caleb Johnson, probably even Hampton out of North Carolina. Like all three of those, there's not a wrong pick. There's just something more that I like about. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I love Genty. I mean, what he did this past year was insane. I'm telling you, I feel like I don't think he's going to be there. I feel like the Jaguars are about to pick Genty. I think they're about to shock the world and pick Genty at number 2. I don't know why. Hunter's. But putting Hunter again, you're almost getting someone playing almost not like fully two-way, but
I think in Jacksonville he would probably play fully both ways.
Yeah,
I think they need him that bad.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong, and it would give. I mean,
Trevor Lawrence, someone.
It'd give him someone to throw to, but I mean, Trevor Lawrence has had some guys. Not that they were the best, but an interesting fact that I was listening to something on the radio the other day, and they were talking about Trevor Lawrence. His best year at Clemson, both his guys were 6'4" and over, and that was T. Higgins and I can't think of the other guy that was on the other side, but he hadn't had nobody like that in Jacksonville. He was at his best when he had someone 6'4" or taller. I had been hearing Jacksonville was potentially looking at that wide receiver from Arizona because of his build, because of his height. McMillan, yeah.
Well, I don't think they're moving up to get him.
Well, I was about to say this is not a McMillan move for sure. There's no way they're not that dumb to do that when you could have got him where you were at.
Yeah, they're not Jerry.
Right.
Yeah, no. So they got a 2025 second, 4th, and 6th, and the Browns get the 5th. Oh, they get
second and first.
I mean, that's not a bad trade.
The pick is in. We're going to find out.
Are y'all think Hunter? I think Genty. Is that kind of?
That's where I'm going. I think he's a generational guy.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you have a chance to get the guy who was really number 1. And the only reason he hasn't gone number 1 is because he wasn't the quarterback. He wasn't a quarterback. Yeah, this was interesting. I kind of figured something like this might happen because what they were saying, this was the first draft in many, many years that everybody had their own pick.
I thought it might be the Giants making a move. I didn't think that Cleveland would. I mean, it's not. I mean, I say it's only 3 spots down. I mean, that's big when you're in the draft. But I thought it would have been. I mean, the Giants may be working on something right now.
Hey,
I don't know. This may
the Jaguars GM he's the youngest general manager in the league at 34 years old.
I'd say he's probably in his 30s.
34, coming out swinging, according to Adam Schefter.
Wow. But is that enough for them? my question is kind of where the Jaguars are right now. Is Trevor Lawrence your future quarterback still? That's kind of where
Well,
I'm at.
they paid him a shit ton of money.
I know, but that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's
Is
true.
I mean, I hope he's your. I mean, well, look what we did with Dak. We paid him a lot of money, so I can't say too much. But
Well,
yeah, I mean,
he's another one that just for some reason he isn't as consistent as you would like him to be. When he's good, when he's on, he's good.
I have a question:
So
do you think this was part of the plan that they sold to Myles Garrett?
no.
Said, watch us in the draft. We're going to get you help. And you can't do that without draft currency.
Yeah,
there we go.
I don't know, man.
And I think y'all's stream is ahead of mine.
I'm just.
Well, right now they're introducing the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
I mean, I want to say this about the draft. So why can't we introduce this some other time? Listen. The first round shouldn't be 12 hours long. Like we should be able
Yeah,
to.
I know.
You should be able to do 2 rounds in one night, like they do with every other, like with the NBA and so forth. Like it takes one round, and it takes 12 hours to do one round in the NFL because they have 12 different thousand commercials. They give away awards.
Well,
So here we go.
It's all about money.
Oh, I mean, I know. It's
Free cash,
all
homie.
anything that brings in money.
Yeah.
By the way, did y'all see Jimmy Johnson's biggest regret was not drafting Michael Strahan?
Yeah.
I mean, he was great, but that wouldn't be my biggest regret. I mean, he was great. Don't get me. Is he announcing it?
Yes.
No, he's talking about his Walter Payton. He's saying that, make the world a better place, all of this stuff. Now I think he's fixing it now.
All right, let's go. See who this pick is.
We have a trade. The Cleveland Browns have traded the second pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And with the second pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
Why did he say it like that?
Travis Hunter.
Bam.
Travis Hunter.
Called it.
Wow.
Yep. So Cleveland, that's going to be interesting. Do you think Carter falls to the fifth pick?
I think he falls deep. I don't know. The Giants need everything too, right? I don't care that they have Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. They can still get a quarterback here if they want to because the Giants are like the Cowboys. They could use everything, but the Giants literally need everything. Like they need everything. What do they not need?
Man, that is a pink ass suit right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Damn. Like I'm just gonna put it like this. And only a black man can pull off that suit. There's no white dude who
Wearing
can
a pink
pull that
suit.
suit off.
I think I could pull that suit
You
off.
cannot pull that off. Stop it.
Yeah, I could. I think I could pull that off.
I'm
gonna have
hear
to.
me out, like black men in white suits in weddings, they can pull it off. White dudes in white suits, it don't work.
It just kind of runs together there. But I think I could pull off the hot pink.
Nah, I don't think.
But
Let's
then,
keep your
okay, so
mother clothes in the closet there.
So what are
now
y'all?
it gets interesting.
What's going to be a good year for Travis Hunter? Like what would it be saying not getting hurt? Is that fair to say? I'm worried about his body in the NFL.
I would feel more. I'd be worried about his body if he played different positions. Like if he was trying to play linebacker and running back,
Right,
or something crazy like that. I think it's going to determine how many plays he plays on offense. Depending on how Jacksonville decides to use him.
right.
I think a good year is, between 2 and 5 interceptions. You know,
1,000 yards
maybe
receiving. Is that
3
too
to
much in his
7
first year?
touchdowns. Maybe 600 to 900 yards on receiving, and you know, I don't care about the tackles or forced
I mean,
fumbles. Or
I've literally never seen somebody in football have the endurance he has. I think that's probably. I'm not saying that's his most impressive thing, but that is so impressive to do what he does.
I'm going to say this really quickly while we're still talking about that. I think the Giants are going to trade this
Really,
to try and get more picks.
this year and
Oh,
next year? Or you
Well, I
think
was
just
wrong.
this year?
I'm wrong. They just said the
picks
pick is in. So,
yeah, bad take there, Dad GM.
well, I was sitting there thinking about it. Man, if they could get one more pick in the first round later, then they could get a couple players. This is going to be interesting. Do they go defense or do they go offensive line? Or do they just take the best guy off the board?
By the
You
way,
know-
randomly go off the air. There's some major weather coming through here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
us here. Yeah, it's
Just
hitting
a heads
down.
up to the folks at home. So.
Oh
if you
man,
see one of
he's
us,
got to
let's
go.
do it for all of
Do you
us.
see his hat? It says Duval.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So
So
Let's see what the Giants do here.
I guess while I'm thinking about it, who do y'all want the Cowboys to choose at 12? Obviously, if
Well,
available.
depends on who's left.
Well, I was saying if available.
I'll say this. I think you either go wide receiver with McMillan if he's there. I'm not sold on the guy's work ethic, but he is. I think you got to take pressure off CeeDee Lamb somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If Tyler Warren, the tight end, is there, you 100% take him. That dude is a beast. He is Brock Bowers.
I don't
2.0.
disagree. Oh, I think he's better than Brock Bowers and down the road.
Yeah, most people have the Cowboys taking Golden.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I personally love Golden.
I 6 good games.
I say that because of that's the thing that worries me about McMillan is not even coming in or just now about to come into the NFL and your worth ethic's kind of You know, hopefully that's just the immature part of him. Hopefully that gets better as he becomes more of a man, plays in the NFL. But I mean, call me crazy, but I really, really want them. I know this is kind of
so here we go.
pick. I really want them to take that tackle out of Texas Banks. Like I feel like our offensive line is so bad. I don't know. I mean, I really don't think there's a wrong pick, I guess, but who do they
The
pick?
third pick.
Wow,
They
Abdul
took Carter. They took Carter.
Bam. I've been 100% accurate this whole time. What?
Wow.
You did not call for a trade.
Well, I knew who they were picking when they made the trade.
Well, even if they didn't make the trade, it was going to be Hunter from Cleveland, I'm sure.
Wow.
So there you go. So the Giants, well, we're going to face them. 2 Penn State guys going at each other twice a year.
By the way, that chain Dad is wearing is very obnoxious, and his that he's wearing is very obnoxious.
Why is mine obnoxious?
And no, not yours. His dad, you dummy.
Oh, his dad. I was
why is he wearing a dress?
Obnoxious. It's a little lame.
He's
What
wearing
the
a
heck
dress.
Are you talking about? You need to be clear when you're on the.
Look, I'm
radio.
glad we don't
People
have
might
him.
not be watching.
He's wearing a dress.
Well, what the hell is that?
Well, you know, he's like from wherever.
Is he Muslim?
Yeah, he's something like that. Did you not see what the girls were wearing? They were wearing the things with like the face over their mask. You only see their eyes and like the whole thing.
He must be. He must be.
It's a religion thing. That's
he's lying.
what I'm guessing. Yeah.
All right, I apologize, people, about the dress thing. It looks like.
But still, I mean, even if that was my religion, I'm not wearing the dress. You better give me something else.
Yeah.
It makes sense because his first name is Abdul, so I get it now. And then, and
6'3",
Well, you know, you're a little slow. Took you a while.
yeah, well, I'm the improved version, so imagine how slow you are.
The improved version. Actually, you're kind of like the second movie, you know, and the second movie's never as good as the first.
Top
So,
Gun Maverick was
as the
better than the first
original.
one.
So,
Top Gun Maverick was better than the first one.
I'm not good. No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
You
no,
even
no.
said that. Don't even backtrack now, just because we got fans and audience here. Matter of fact, if you know
Uh-oh.
a second
Patriots,
movie
yeah, whatever.
better than the first.
Patriots Pickens in.
Dang, they've already picked that fast.
Yep. Patriots have already, so they knew what they wanted. So
Who do y'all think
the
they picked?
question is,
Who do they pick?
they probably went with Campbell out of LSU. They need offensive line help. That's who I'm thinking. So they went with Campbell. We'll see. Because I think we're going to get our first offensive lineman off the board right here. But we will see. Dude.
Well, I mean, he has all the ice on it because he got paid $5 million to play a season in Penn State. So I expect him to look like this.
Yeah.
Look at his teeth, though, man. He looks like the guy from 007, Metal Mouth. I don't get that. Don't get that at all.
You know, this is something that we haven't talked about on our show, like with the NIL thing and guys getting paid now like this. Like, I actually think the pressure that's going to be put on kids in high school to be these athletes is even greater now. And that's what I'm massively afraid of, because first it was you got to get a scholarship,
Yep.
and now it's we got to get paid. Not you got to get paid, we got to get paid.
Yep.
And like mom and dad, I'm not saying this is the Carter family or anything like that. But what I'm saying is I think it's going to end up being ultimately like these top level high school kids across the country, especially in football. It's oh my god, I hate to be a kid growing up if I was that kid. The amount of pressure that some parents are going to put on their kid to perform and be one of these kids.
Not only to perform, but now you have that pressure of like not only your family and everyone like trying to push you to do this crazy stuff, but it seems like it's just like
I'm assuming that's Derek that's writing this.
yeah, nah, I mean, yeah, it has to be.
I mean, was it? I don't know if it was a horrible pick by the Jacks.
Well, you know, he hates Travis Hunter, so I mean,
he does look kind of like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
but yeah, I mean, the NIL. I think the problem is now it's every player is going to expect to get paid, no matter whether you're the best player, you're a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, hell, even if you're a 2-1, you're going to expect something.
Yep.
And so it's going to get to the point to where it's going to be too many of those people. Like, I think we're going to have. They've got to, like, me and Derek, we've talked about this a lot. We were telling, like, you're going to see people jump every year. Because not only now can you build these, you can call them super teams if you want, but you can build these like teams if you want, like in the collegiate level. Hey, I want to go play with this guy, and I can get paid. But look what happened to Nico. Oh, I'm not going back to Tennessee. They're not going to pay me. instead I'm going to go to UCLA, get taxed like crazy. Now I'm going to make less than I would have made it at Tennessee because for what it sounded like, it was all about money. Didn't care. He didn't care about anything else. It was all about the money because if he didn't care about money, he would have went right back. They gave up 5 plus their pick in the second plus 1 next year. Arch Manning will be a Brown next year with the Jags pick. Will be a Brown. Oh, a Brown. That's interesting.
Interesting take there. I think Jerry Jones finagles his way to get Arch Manning somehow. Throwing it out there.
To get who?
Arch Manning.
We'll see.
But
well, he's got to perform. I mean, I saw him. Obviously, I'm a Texas fan, so I saw him, play. But we'll see how he does as the full-time starter. But yeah, the NIL's got to change. Me and Derek were talking about, like, let's say you're at Texas and you commit to a 4-year NIL deal. Okay, great. Year 1 goes by. It's whatever. Year 2 goes by. Okay, now I want out. I want to go to Bama. Okay, well, now you got to give me back so much of that money. And not only that, you can't go to Bama. You got to go to a D2. Or you got to go to D whatever. Like, I'm just saying, like, make these guys, like, there's no loyalty in sports anymore. You can't build a team because you don't know who's going to be there the next year. You can always jump ship. Put something behind it, because how can you expect teams to get better and build teams if they can't keep no one there more than a year?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's
fix in. Let's see here.
Well, I'll keep once they announce it. I'll shut up and we can talk about the pig. But the NIL thing, I think
Will Campbell.
Will Campbell, good call, pops.
Wow.
Yeah, I figured he was going to go off the board.
Really.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, good. I mean, they've got to, if they want Drake May to be better, they got to protect him. So.
Yeah, and they got to shore up those holes, and I mean, they went on a spending spree in free agency. So, but to your point on the NIL thing, man, this is what I've proposed before. I think I've even said it on y'all show on one of the network shows. If you want to give the kid one transfer in his eligibility time frame, freebie, I'm cool with that, because sometimes you get sold a bill of goods. It's not, how many times as adults do we go in and the job wasn't right for us or the circumstances change? And I also think you should get a freebie if your coach leaves. That brought you there, your head coach, not your coordinator, not your position coach, your head coach. And contractually, if you do leave, yes, you have to pay half of that money back.
Yeah.
Before another institution that plays Division I football can sign you or bring you in. So,
who is Cleveland's running back right now?
Last year was Chubb, but I don't know who it is.
Well, they about to have a new one, I think.
You think they're taking Genty?
Yeah.
Well, this is what I was.
Well, I mean,
that's what I was fixing to say. I think, why do you trade up or trade down unless you have a plan? And when is the last time? I mean, Chubb, he was good for a little while, kept getting hurt, if I remember. But you may have the opportunity here to get a superstar running back in Genty. So
I think you take Genty to take some pressure off of Flacco, because obviously Flacco's like 40, right? And I mean,
I can see him taking Tyler Warren too, or a lineman, O-line.
Yeah, I think it's they're either going to surprise everybody with.
I mean, they don't go defense.
Something we're not expecting.
I don't know. I mean, they may take that defense tackle from Michigan. We may get swiped with it.
I just want to say, Derek, you're doing a hell of a job watching this under the table at dinner. I just want to throw that out there.
I wouldn't be able to get away with it.
So,
Yeah. So
Genty
I'm
and
really
Arch
thinking they're
Exterior,
going to take Genty here.
that would be it's going to be a nasty combo if that happens.
I tell you right now, I don't. There's no wrong pick here. I don't think anything they do is wrong because they need a lot. I mean, there's a lot of teams that need a lot, but I'm just saying I don't think there's a wrong pick here. I think you.
Well, do they? They're famous for how many quarterbacks? Do they shock the world and bring in Sanders here?
If they did that, then they really don't. There's no way you draft Drake May last year and then draft Shador this year. I mean, I'm not saying you
No,
can't
he's
do
talking
it.
about the Browns.
Browns.
Nah. I mean,
That's right. That's right. You tell that mother-in-law what's up. Get it out there, Derek.
You know, they might pick Shador here. I mean, Flacco don't have. They could pick a quarterback here.
They're famous for it, right? They're famous for quarterback after quarterback, and
this isn't Kevin Costner and Draft Day,
which is a really good movie, by the way. I like that.
It's a really good movie.
Yes.
God damn, I love this job.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That'd be nice if I got paid for it.
Make the deal, you pancake eating motherfucker. Sorry, children.
Sorry, children.
We're not the family.
I'm sorry, children. You did not mean to say that. He is very sorry.
Hence why I have bourbon and whiskey advertised behind me every show.
Oh, God.
Hey, drink responsibly.
Please be sponsored. We need sponsors. If you want to give a small show a shot, just throwing it out there. Or if you're one of the people watching, feel free to reach out if you know someone. Yeah.
Hey, Michelob, if you want to sponsor them,
here we go.
Just because I'll take a bunch of free cases. So,
also, if you like to donate money to my wedding fund,
that would be huge too.
We did get a box. We did get a box from Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. Linda did a little review video of it, and so they
took the defensive tackle.
Graham. They took the defensive lineman.
Really? I really thought they would have went offense here. Anything offensively.
They went. Mine hadn't shown it. Who'd they take?
Mason Graham, the defensive tackle
out
from
of
Michigan.
Oh, the Michigan defensive line. All right, good. That means the Cowboys can't pick them and screw up another defensive lineman from Michigan.
Yep. We can't. Well, yeah. I mean,
Taco Charlton.
Well, the Raiders the pick is already in.
Dang.
They knew what they were doing.
I think it's either Genty or an offensive tackle.
Yeah, I bet it's Genty.
Yeah, I think they're going offensive line.
Really?
I don't know. I think it's Genty personally.
To go with
if I was Las Vegas,
because Gino has to have a running back.
But he also has to have someone to keep him upright too. So
well, that's true. Look what happened in Seattle. They couldn't do.
Might be that tackle out of Missouri, Mimbu.
Yeah, Mimbu. That's who I think they're going with. Either him or Banks from Texas. I think they're gonna.
I think Banks is a little high, but you never know.
We're gonna have to see here.
Oh man. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd be sitting here doing a live show during the draft.
Hey, and y'all's usual shows on Thursday, so I mean that just works out perfect.
Yeah, it's nice to be back on Thursday.
I need to point out there are two people on the show who both have tattoos of their basketball team. Because I see you have the Spurs.
Oh yeah.
In case Casey has the Mavericks on his.
I have another.
He has like the traditional logo. You would never know mine's the Mavs if I didn't tell you because it
looks like a VW.
No, it doesn't, you moron.
I have another Spurs tattoo that I actually like created myself and had someone tattoo it on me. It's on my calf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was so when I was a freshman in high school, I got to interview Keith Grant, the assistant general manager of the Mavericks. He retired, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, and he gave me some printouts of concept symbols they never used. And the reason he did that is he explained that when they decide to do a new logo or new jerseys, they have to submit those 2 or 3 years in advance, at least at this time.
Right.
So I chose a concept symbol that had never been seen because I just didn't want to get the traditional Mavericks logo. So
Right.
And my plan was for this arm to be the championship arm, and obviously can't add the Cowboys, but I could add the Rangers now if I wanted to. But I decided to go away from that because I'm going to do my left shoulder like my right shoulder in the Polynesian that I got done in Tahiti.
I'm actually going tomorrow to get. I'm about to go get me another one.
The old man is afraid of him. He doesn't want to.
I'm not
Well, you know-
afraid of them.
you know,
I just
I
don't
got- I got-
have
I just got
anything
that
to put
one,
on my body that I'm like.
And
"Ugh."
then
But plus, you don't put bumper stickers on a Ferrari.
You're not a Ferrari. You're like a minivan.
I'm a Ferrari SUV.
Toyota Sienna.
oh my god, this is shit.
Welcome to the show, Dustin.
Man, I need to come on more often on Thursdays. Or
Hey, you're welcome anytime. Anyone from the network.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hey,
so
I just
funny.
popped in randomly and then accidentally ended
Here we
y'all's
go.
live feed.
Oh yeah, Eddie, did he tell you about that?
That what?
Did he tell you about how he ended our show one night?
No.
think I
Okay.
did.
Oh, there he is. Genty just went off the board.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Cowboys.
So
So
Eddie, where'd he go?
Genty,
Is a
he's
pipe
with the Raiders.
Oh, Raider. Yeah, I mean that's kind of been the mock draft for a while now. Him going to the Raiders. But yeah, so we were doing a live stream and Casey was doing. Where were you at, Casey?
I was
can't remember.
at Cosm up in Dallas on my A&M sports management trip.
So he's like on his phone doing it, whatever. And so then he's like, "Hey, I gotta go." Well, then the stream just ended, and me and Derek were like, "What just happened?" And then Casey was like, "I think I just ended y'all's stream."
Yeah, he turned it off. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
tell me that.
So when you're on your phone, there's a red button that I did. It was just red. It didn't say end streamer. I thought that was for me to log off. No, apparently that
No, it
y'all's
ended.
show. And because I logged, like, as soon as I pressed it, it said stream ended. I'm like, oh shit. I think I just cut them off for their entire show. And the funniest part about that is I was sitting there bragging about being the network MVP. And I was like, well, you can take that trophy away from me now.
So who's that? Who's seven? Who's seven?
Jets.
It's Jets.
Oh,
Jets. Jets. The pick is in.
And their pick is in.
I think this is where we see one of these highly sought after tight ends go.
You think they pick Tyler Warren and give Justin Fields a blanket to throw to?
Yep.
Someone that's going to sit.
Yep.
Or
I
do
think
they
it's
pick
Tyler Warren. What?
Or do they pick McMillan here or receiver to pair with what's his name over there? Garrett Wilson? Is that
Garrett
who
Wilson.
they have? Do they bring another weapon on and give Fields someone to throw? Well, I mean, I feel like when you're picking a tight end, you're thinking about run blocking and being a great receiver, and he's great at both, kind of like Brock Bowers is, like you mentioned earlier, Casey. So if you're looking for a better blocker from that position, and then obviously someone that can be open all the time, Tyler Warren is I mean that's who you pick here.
Or do you pick Shador?
Put him and
Jets?
Justin Fields. Oh my God, him and Justin Fields in the same background.
That'd
They
be a
compared
fun
him to-
quarterback room.
Yeah, I mean that organization is already a dumpster fire. And did y'all see and where Aaron Rodgers was telling? He was on the Pat McAfee show. Did y'all see the interview where he was telling them how that went down with him not being with the team?
Yeah, Aaron Glenn invited him out there just to tell him
flew
we're
him
going in a
out,
different direction.
Like
and
15-minute conversation.
yeah, he said, yeah, exactly. He said that it took about 5 seconds to tell me what they were going to do with me, but it took me longer to fly out there. He said, why didn't you just tell me this over the phone? Like, it would have been perfectly fine. I wouldn't have felt any different than I do right now. This moment.
I saw I think it's the facility on FS1 talking about this, and Acho, I think, made the point. He goes, you know what? It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. If you fly him out there, you could just call me on the phone. But then if you call him, it's like you didn't even have the respect to tell me in person.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a breakup, right? You can't get bad news in a good way. Like, oh, you broke up with your girl, your man via text. You wish you can't even face me in person, right?
That's exactly how that would happen.
Yeah.
And it's not you, it's me speech. And you're like, you could have just texted me this.
Yep.
So this is going to be interesting because I think it's either Loveland or Warren, the tight ends. That's what I think is going to the Jets.
Who's the first one you said? Who's the first one you said?
Loveland. It's Loveland. The guy, the guy out of can't remember now. Michigan.
I think it
Michigan.
could be Jalen Walker, the linebacker from Georgia.
I think
the edge from Georgia, Williams.
I think that edge from Georgia, or is it Walker? Who's the one that
Walker's the linebacker? Mikael Williams.
Okay, Walker. Walker.
Yeah,
I think if I remember right, I saw him going like top 12-ish range, like not 12, but just in the top 12. I actually think he's going to dip further, not because of who he is, but I mean,
Walker.
Yeah, I think he's going to dip a little bit further. I mean, I think he goes first round, not like that dip. I just don't think he's going to be in the top 12 as projected. Well, hold on. Let me look. Hold on.
What if they go cornerback to pair with Sauce?
The one out of Michigan. What's his name? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Or out of Texas.
I was talking about Will Johnson, but the cornerback out of Texas is good, really good too. Let's see here. I want to look.
Interesting take.
Jahadi
Barron.
Yeah, Jahadi Barron. Yeah. He's. I mean, he was good. He's really good. But see, like Walker's they're saying the best one. But I mean, I think. Listen, if I'm New York here, and I'm looking at we have Justin Fields now. He has a weapon in Garrett Wilson. Let's get him a security blanket.
Yeah,
let's get him a Jason Witten, Brock Bowers, someone that can block and someone that's always going to be open because Tyler Warren was always open in Penn State. I mean, he just was.
Yep.
Give him an easy target.
Or
you can get better
plan
defensively.
For life after Justin Fields because you know he's not your long-term solution, and you pick that tackle that will be a part of your program for the next 10 to 15 years.
Y'all want me to throw you something crazy at y'all?
Throw it all day long.
I think Tyler Saw out of Louisville goes before Shador. Just watch.
I feel like Dart would go before that guy.
Yeah, I think Dart. Well, I think Dart goes before the Shador, but I think Tyler will go before Shador as well. There's a lot of people that have Tyler as a number one quarterback, not per ESPN, of course, but the number one in this draft.
I think Sanders is pretty much going to fall to Pittsburgh, and I think Pittsburgh's going to stick with picking him.
And I think he should. I mean, he should be happy about that.
And then Aaron Rodgers stays officially retired.
Yes. I think he should just retire anyways. I've been hearing a lot of things about Quinn Ewers to Dallas in like the 7th or 8th. How do y'all feel about that?
Who?
Quinn Ewers out of Texas, 7th or 8th round pick. How do
Well,
y'all
there's
feel
no
about
eighth
that?
round.
I mean, 7th round, not 8th round.
I mean,
I want.
you take a flyer on him in 7th. I don't care.
No.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Yep, the left tackle. The tackle. Your dad called it.
Yep.
The left tackle.
No, I called it.
Was that
Yeah,
you?
he
Or him?
called
That was me.
Oh, was it you?
No,
Again.
I was saying tight end.
Yeah, he was saying tight end. So
What the hell?
yeah, I don't. I love your take on the security blanket with Tyler Warren and things of that nature. But I think if you're going to build and you take Aaron Glenn and coming from Detroit, how did they build that team? They build it from the inside out. So O-line, D-line, right?
Carolina picking Warren. There's no doubt that they don't pick Warren here. They have nobody offensively except for Bryce Young and Hubbard, who they just signed this past.
I could see him going McMillan.
You could see him go McMillan.
As a wide receiver, I think you want to give Bryce Young weapons, McMillan or Warren. I think Warren is more impactful. I would go Tyler Warren personally.
But I could see McMillan as well. I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I think it's one of those two here. There's no question. This team needs everything. Again, we're still at that phase where this team needs everything. But if you've got to figure out if Bryce Young is your guy. He got benched this year for Andy Dalton, and then he came out and he played actually what we thought he should have been playing probably from the jump. You can say from the Alabama-esque type, hype, if you want to say that. But
what's your boy referring to on this? We have
because I said Quinn Ewers in the 7th. He's saying we have I know that. I'm just saying
you have a third quarterback.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of that this last week about Quinn potentially going to Dallas in the 7th. But again, that's just hearsay. It's all hearsay.
Who are y'all thinking the Panthers pick?
I think it's got to be Tyler Warren or McMillan.
If I was putting money on it, I'd go Tyler Warren. But I could see him taking McMillan.
You think it's going to be a wide receiver? I think it's going to be defense.
I can see him going that way. I think it's going to be tight end.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I agree with who is this person? I think right around this pick, everybody's saying that Jalen Walker is coming off the board.
Yeah,
so
I've seen that, but you also had a little bit. Ones I've seen, Tyler Warren was already gone by now too.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's up, Pup? True.
Come here. Casper, come here. Come here. Say hello to the
Well.
All right, he's gone. All right, that's the On-Time Sports Talk mascot. That just left. Probably went to go get his toy. Oh, we're cracking open another Michelob Light.
Michelob Ultra, yeah, light. If that's what you.
My bad.
All right.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to go defense. I think they're going to go Walker here.
You really? Again, the Carolina. There's no wrong pick. I just think if you're wanting to see what you're going to get, is Bryce Young? Is he at his peak? Is this his peak? Is this all you get from him? If you don't think so, you think there's more. Give him a weapon, and then from there, you can't say there's no excuse.
Right.
Give him at least a weapon. Because he has a decent running game. Offensive line probably could get better, but that's probably for a lot of people. But I think it's one of our three. It's going to be McMillan, Warren, or Walker. I think it's one of those three. If there's going to be a defensive guy, it's going to be Walker. Well, guys, unfortunately, after this pick, I'm going to have to hop off. But I'm glad I came on for an hour. That was.
Well, we appreciate it.
Y'all gonna stay on the entire first round if possible.
We're gonna give it a attempt. We might only last till pick 20 or so, but
Okay.
we'll give it our best. So
Well,
and around pick 12, we might see the appearance of JJ. So get his take on what his Cowboys did with the 12th pick.
I'm gonna have to definitely tune into that on the old iPhone, whatever I have.
So, well, we appreciate you coming on. Thanks for being Spike's Network MVP. Just don't.
I promise I won't end your live. I promise.
Yeah, don't turn off the whole show.
I will not do that. Hey, did y'all see my friend Tim Duncan that is with us too?
Yeah.
See, I brought
did he
him?
get it? Where's his dreads and his gray hair?
Well, he actually de-aged. He went back to his 20-year-old self with the afro. So.
Oh, by the way,
and he's wearing a Wemby jersey.
Fan, I heard a trade scenario if the Bucks get bounced in the first round. Giannis to San Antonio to pair it with Wemby, which would be insane.
I just don't like it.
Are you kidding me?
No, hear me out. Let me explain why.
How do you even shoot against them?
No, you don't shoot against it. Like defensively, they'll be the best in the league. There's no question. You're not going to be able to score a bucket. You're going to have to shoot threes all day. I mean, I'm being serious. But
coming.
Is it in? Okay, I'll explain after this because I have a good reasoning.
And they didn't have to give up De'Aaron Fox in the scenario.
Right.
They took McMillan, the receiver.
Okay.
I mean, would you just listen to me?
Yeah, you said it.
Shit, man. This is what I do.
So here's my reason why I love Giannis as a player, but pairing him with Wemby, it won't work. Because Wemby needs to be surrounded by shooters, which San Antonio doesn't have a lot of right now. If I'm going to trade for somebody, give me a Devin Booker type-ish player because he can shoot. He needs to be able to kick out and be able to pass someone and then shoot the ball and make it. We don't have a lot of that.
Well, Wemby's not a traditional post-up guy himself.
And he's not. Obviously, he's going to – but when he does get down in the post, which, again, it won't be as often as you would think how he's 7'1,000, but you're going to be able to – with Giannis, you're going to be able to rebound the ball and you're going to be able to shot block. But Giannis, I mean, let's just be real. His best ability is coming downhill and you're not stopping him. He can't shoot nothing. He's not a good shooter. He's not as bad as Ben Simmons. I'm not saying that. He can shoot, but I would love them to draft Con Knipple out of Duke. That would be a great pick. He's smart with the ball and he can shoot and he can drive if needed. Now, obviously, he will be a rookie, so you're not going to get what you think you're going to get in the very beginning. But someone like that, or even the center from Duke, I can never pronounce his name. He's from wherever he's from. He's very Spurish type. He's a shot blocker. He can rebound. He's not looking to score. He's really looking to play defense and being a rebounder and shot blocker. So again, San Antonio also needs another big man, a true big man. I really wish they would have got Hartenstein last year instead of OKC. That would have been a great putting Wemby at the 4, kind of taking a little bit of stress of him off of the defense side of the ball, because we need Wemby to be efficient offensively. He's not efficient because he's going so hard on defense, and then he's trying to be.
Yeah, I think you're actually making a case for Giannis here, by the way, because he doesn't have to be the biggest defensive stopper on defense,
right?
And Giannis can kick it out to him to shoot it. I think it's Twin Towers 2.0.
It definitely could work.
And you don't have to score 130 because you're going to keep people below 100 more than likely. So
the only thing San Antonio cannot do is there should be 3 players that are not tradable. That's Wemby, Fox, and Castle.
Well, Castle's going to have to – if you're getting Giannis, you're going to have to give him up.
Well, if I'm being honest, I would rather keep Castle. because I see the upside. I see Castle being a Jaylen Brown-ish type player in the future. Like
maybe. But
like a
I do want to talk about the McMillan pick, though.
yes.
I actually think it's bad for McMillan.
It's bad for him, but it's good
because there's no one in that
for
wide receiver room who can teach him how to be a big dog. Like that's why I actually liked him to Dallas, because CeeDee Lamb could check him. Be like, nah, we watching film now. We doing this now. You ain't doing that. He is automatically the number one wide receiver in Carolina, and I think that's going to be bad for him.
Yep.
I think McMillan in Carolina is a bust. I'm going to throw that out there.
Looks like, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I like the pick because I like kind of like what Derek was saying. He's not going to Dallas. I don't like McMillan in Dallas. I don't like what I hear about him outside of on the field. Let me say that. I'm not going to say like off the field, but like outside of playing, I don't hear good things about him. I mean, he has the ability to be a really good wide receiver.
Well, that's why I was saying I think he needed some structure and some mentor that he would respect in the room already, and I think Dallas has that. I don't like if you start looking down here. I don't think Carolina, New Orleans, the Bears, Indianapolis, San Francisco does.
Right.
Once you start getting to these teen picks, you have a little more established guys because there's a better teams, obviously. So,
right.
I think it's really bad for McMillan as an individual because of those things. Mm-hmm. You've heard like when he's like, I don't watch film outside of when we watch film with the team, and I think he's going to get very distracted because there's going to be no one there to hold him accountable in his own wide receiver room. So
I agree. Well, guys, I got to head out. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I'm gonna put y'all on my phone and continue watching, but I got to go run, and we will holler at y'all soon.
All right, while you're heading out, we'll play our good old sponsor video.
Well, hang on. New Orleans picks coming.
Yeah, we'll bring it down on the other side. We're good. It's a good transition for Dustin to hop up. Don't question your producer.
Have you heard of the DISC communication tool? Yes, most people in business have. But there is a new tool out there that is tailored for leadership teams. It is called the DISC Work of Leaders and focuses on 3 main areas: vision, alignment, and execution. This amazing assessment is not just a game changer. It is a business strategy necessity if you want to create sustainability. Let's be honest, a lot of executives spend many hours in HR dealing with people issues, and that happens because of reactive leadership. If you are sitting in HR trying to figure out what happened after the fact, then you are not able to concentrate on running your department or business, and it steals your time. Email us or call. It's free to talk about it and learn how to become proactive in your leadership. Big or small, we have a plan to build on your strengths and an action plan for your challenges. Join Eddie Schedule, our CEO and founder, for a quick video on what a report does for you. Head over to our website and scroll down to see this amazing video of the DISC Work of Leaders tool. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you.
CEO Eddie Schedule there.
There you go. And I've sat down now. So,
well, these AI things are good.
So the Saints, while we were out at commercial there for Easy Leadership, the Saints took Kelvin Banks, the offensive tackle out of Texas. So
I'm telling you, I'm liking Tyler Warren to Dallas. I'm liking
Tyler Warren.
Huh?
Do we really need to take a tight end?
Listen, I know you love Jake Ferguson. You're like his biggest cheerleader, and especially on this. Okay, on this program, you're his biggest cheerleader. But Tyler Warren is a Brock Bowers, Rob Gronkowski type dude. He elevates your team. He's a team guy. He does everything, and you just throw it up, and he's open. So just do it, and if he's there, still got a few picks to go.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get past Chicago.
Hey, boo.
Obviously, the 49ers are
Look at
not
this.
picking him.
Delivery, Dr. Pepper, ice cream, Snickers. That's what I'm talking about. Look,
Ice cream Snickers.
well, I was not expecting it. She's been craving ice cream. And so, pardon me while I'm going to mute this so you don't hear me chomping. So, you got the lead right here.
Well, what's interesting here is obviously San Francisco's not going to take a tight end. So if it could happen if Chicago doesn't take Warren, then it could possibly be the Cowboys. But I just don't think the Cowboys. I think they really need to look at the wide receiver Golden out of Texas
I
and
think
kind of
you
stick with
add
that.
a whole nother dimension. I don't like Golden. He only played 6 games at a high level for Texas. Yes, he's fast. Yes, he can take the roof off the. But I just don't think he's worthy of a first. I don't think he's a first round wide receiver personally.
Well, I think they need a receiver, and I think that's going to dictate who they're going to pick. Or, quite frankly, we may see a trade. We may see JJ trade somebody or trade something. But I know, they need offensive line help. You still got some decent offensive linemen out there. Now Banks went off the board. Membo went off.
You got the
So your
guard
next in line is going to be
Alabama,
Simmons
possibly.
out of Ohio State for offensive line. So we're going to have to see what happens there. All right, so here we go with the Bears. Go Bears. So the pick is in. Looks like he is coming to the stage. Of course, all the Green Bay fans are booing. I made an observation before we were on air about I'm surprised that I wasn't a Green Bay fan because most of the Green Bay fans seem like they're bald. The males, of course, seem like they're bald. It's weird. Maybe it's something in the cheese. I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's from wearing all those cheese head foam things. Maybe it makes people's hair fall out. Y'all might want to check into that. Might want to call RFK Jr. and check into that cheese head thing.
I don't
It
know.
seems like
I
there's
eat
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
bald
cheese and I
people.
still got a full head. So by the time you're my age, you're fully bald. So
Well, yeah. So the pick is in.
hey, at least
He
you
is
didn't
up
go
here
bald as early as Uncle Frank.
announcing it. Yeah, people don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you fill them in, dude. I don't know what you. I try to lead you somewhere and you just won't take it.
He's at the stage fixing to announce. Can't be trailing off when everybody's interested. And he's also talking about Steve McMichael, who just passed away. Big time Chicago Bears player. Fourth pick is in, and it is. They're still talking about this. They're talking about Walter Payton. So yeah, I agree. Why do this now? I don't. I understand. Nice thing, a nice tribute, and I guess it gives the team. So I guess it's fine. But everybody's sitting here waiting for the pick.
Yeah, this is awkward. Anyways,
Yeah, he spent a lot of time talking here about Walter
good old Roger
and the man
Goodell.
of the year. Well,
I wish I got paid what
So-
Roger Goodell gets paid. See, we had plenty of time to explain who Uncle Frank was if you just would have went with me on it.
all right, here we go. Loveland. They took the other tight end. So they
Really?
took Loveland.
Well,
Yep. So they passed on your boy.
interesting. If that's the case, I think the Colts might. Well, never mind. Is the
So
Colts number
now,
10 or the Colts 10?
well, That was it. Now it's up to
Oh,
Frisco,
San
so
Fran.
that means
San Fran next. That was 10th pick, idiot. And I'm calling myself an idiot.
But what I was trying to get to while you're calling yourself an idiot there is now
I think San
that
Francisco
means
goes defense. They've lost a lot of
I
their defensive players.
I totally agree with that.
I think it's
So
either maybe the kid from Ole Miss or the Mason Graham kid from Michigan. Could be Shaheed Campbell, the linebacker from Alabama. Because they let Navarro Barrow go. You know who I'm talking about? Barrow. No, it's not Navarro Barrow. It's Dre Greenlaw. Holy shit!
That dude.
Dub, 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 dub.
So
Well,
I'm
it could be
gonna
Walker.
kind of
Walker hasn't been taken.
Jalen Walker.
Yeah, he hasn't been taken. I think this could be him right here.
You're thinking the linebacker?
I'm thinking, yeah, because they had to let Dre Greenlaw go.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So this is going to be interesting for the Cowboys.
I'm
say
actually legitimately going to be pissed if they don't take Tyler Warren. I'm going to be honest. I think that's a screwed up pick. I mean, if they go O-line, it's kind of safe, and I get it. But Tyler Warren, to me, is a generational tight end. You got to get him. He is a Kelsey. He is a Gronk. He is a who is the kid Kittle. He's that type of guy. I think them taking Loveland is a mistake. I think they should have went with Tyler Warren if they're going tight end.
Well, we're going to have to see because Cowboys are on the clock.
No, well, yeah, technically, I guess.
No, they are on the clock. Pick is in for the 49ers. So, which is good. They're actually, this draft's actually moving along because what they're doing, they've changed it up to where they're starting the new clock. Well, I guess they didn't change it up, but a lot of these teams have picked pretty fast. So, but we know the Cowboys will take their sweet time because they're going to be thinking about all the ways they can screw it up.
And I don't think your idea of them trading back is actually a bad idea. I think ultimately, the team has more needs than they have draft picks. I know that. So the way it's fallen, they may entertain that idea even more. Maybe their guy isn't there. Maybe they want him to Millen or someone like that. Who knows? But if they stay pat, I'm telling you, go Tyler Warren.
You're always talking about how they always pick a defensive lineman. Could be Mason Graham out of Michigan.
They pick Mason Graham. I am turning in my Cowboy fandom. You will never see this ever again. Right here.
Oh, you heard it. You heard it. We'll see.
Y'all know I'm talking jive. I can't give up my Cowboy fandom, but I mean, if I can't give up my Mavericks fandom after that debacle these last 2 months, Jerry Jones looks like a genius compared to Nico Harrison. Bet you Jerry Jones sent Nico Harrison a very lovely email saying, "Thanks for making me not the most hated GM in the Dallas-Fort Worth area anymore."
So, do you think JJ is arguing with Steven right now over Sanders?
No.
Because remember, it wasn't too long ago when he wanted Johnny Football because of the name.
Yeah, but Johnny Football had success. He was a Heisman winner. Shador ain't that level.
But everybody, including me, being an Aggie fan, knew that he was not going to be a good pro.
Well, not everyone, because the Browns thought he was going to be a good bro.
Well, what are the Browns famous for? Picking quarterbacks that never amount to anything. So, or trading their whole damn franchise cap to one player who Sorry, Browns fans. That's just the way it goes. But yeah, I'm.
Just the way it goes.
What if
Just wait
we
for
get a
the
trade,
to be over.
or we say we're going to trade Dak and take Sanders?
You don't have the capability to trade Dak. That's a dumb take.
Or do you take Sanders to learn under Dak for 2 years?
No, you don't take Shador. That's the dumbest. No. It's the
Well,
dumbest
that's
move
what
you
I'm
can make.
saying. It's the dumbest move that they could possibly make right now, besides taking a defensive.
I will backtrack to this point. If the Cowboys take Shador Sanders, I will no longer be a Cowboy fan. Like, that's a legit one that I can hang my hat on.
We'll see.
We will
I
see.
think that we could possibly. They're still on the clock, so they're possibly. I think they're talking about a trade to somebody.
Well, they haven't even announced the 49er pick yet, so that's why they're on the clock.
I know, but a lot of these. Well, I get that.
They
But
may
I
be
still
like,
think
as soon as they announce the
talking
49er
trade.
pick, the Cowboys pick is in. Like, it may already be done. They just haven't shown it yet. So,
Well, here we go.
Here we go
Yeah.
again. Here we go again.
So we got guy from Yokota Air Base on ESPN.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man. Well, these holding patterns are a lot of fun.
Yes, this moment of silence was brought to you by the NFL. Here we go. He's to the podium. Will we get an announcement, or will we get another
You'll probably get a monologue.
monologue here? All right. People are chanting USA, USA. I like that because they had the military on there. Yes, he's talking about the military sacrifices.
My feed is like 10 seconds behind yours.
With the 11th pick, Mikael Williams out of Georgia.
Okay, so the edge
rusher. So they took the edge rusher.
All right, Cowboys, do me a solid and take Warren, please. Do the right thing and take the best player in the draft and upgrade a position right now and make your entire offense completely have changed. Telling you, do the right thing, Jerry. Do the right thing. Which we know he's not.
I don't. We're going to see if he's all in. Is he all in?
We're going to talk to Jerry after he makes his pick, but oh man, he's going to screw it up. I know he's going to screw it. He's not. They're not taking Warren because that'd be the smart thing to do, and he's not going to do the smart.
I think they're going to take Golden.
If they take Golden, that's stupid.
I think they're going to take Golden. Or they really mess it up and take Graham or Nolan.
I mean, or they could do the Zach Martin thing and go guard. Because they do need a guard.
Who are you going to take? Because a lot of
maybe
them.
Booker from Alabama.
So Tyler Booker?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to fall a little bit here. So they could probably. Now, if that's what they're thinking, that says the pick is in. So we don't have a trade. So they're going to take it. We're going to have to see. The suspense is killing them.
Going through the big D and don't mean Dallas. Get it? Because we're going through the draft.
Hey, who sings that song?
Is that John Michael Montgomery?
Yeah, well, why don't you let him sing it? No, all right, here we go.
You just sit over there and be ugly.
What's that?
Said, just sit over there and be ugly.
Damn, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Beautiful.
Cowboy fans are on their feet. The
All right.
lights and
I
everything
feel like I
have
gotta
changed. The
stand up.
Cowboys.
I got to stand up.
Jerry's on the phone trying to talk.
Don't do it, Jerry. Do the smart thing.
Oh, there's the dude with the helmet with the lights. He's always there every year. Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama. There you go.
Well, I mean, I did just say if they wanted to go safe and fill a need, they would go with him. So I still think they should have went freaking Tyler Warren. But what's amazing on our show is we get immediate feedback. So let's go ahead and
Tyler Booker. So, you
let's talk to Jerry.
You lost the Hall of Famer.
Well, we're gonna wait on Jerry to get on the show. He's making phone calls right now. Tyler Booker, guard from Alabama, the pick, safe pick here. I think they should have went Tyler Warren. It would have been I think that would have been an impact pick, but you do got to win the games from the line of scrimmage, and you lost Zach Martin, retired. You had to, get someone else there to replace him. I think BB does turn into a solid center. I don't know about Guyton, but I think Tyler Booker, he's a somewhat of a plug and play guy from day one. But this has not saying he's Zach Martin, but it has a Zach Martin feel to me. You could go with the sexy pick of Warren or Golden, or if you wanted to mess up again and have a Mason Graham defensive tackle situation, could go that route. But ultimately, safe pick. I can't be overly mad at them. And we're going to ask JJ why they went this route. Why not the sexy skill position pick? And he's ready now. JJ, welcome to the show.
I don't know what's going on with my hair here. It's acting all weird. I'm having a bad hair day.
It feels like your hair's a little thicker.
How about them Cowboys? How about them? I used my snow globe, and it told me to go offensive line. That's what it told me. I'm all in. We're all in. We're all in.
Did you just say you got your final authorization for your draft pick from a snow globe?
Well, this snow globe, it helped me pick Micah. It helped me pick. I say
that snow globe.
Which one? It's one of them that's like one of those.
8 balls.
What they call them? An 8 ball. It's like an 8 ball. Like I'm a cue ball, but it's like an 8 ball. And then I shake it up, like the car song, shake it up. And it told me last year I got to pick. Well, actually, that wasn't last year, but this year it told me we got to go live. I'm so happy. We all in. We all in.
Yeah, that helmet's not going
to
Cowboys. So why not go with something a little more quote unquote sexy pick? Why not Golden, the wide receiver? Why not Tyler Warren, the tight end, or a defensive player? Why go guard Booker from Alabama?
Well, let me tell you. First off, the snow globe told me, so I don't go against the snow globe. Stephen wanted to argue with me.
Well, what did Stephen want?
He really wanted to give us another offensive weapon. But my thing is, we got CD, we got that, and Fergalicious. We got Fergalicious. Fergie. And so I'm happy with that. That's your new triplets right there. And now we got an offensive line to block for because I just think Mr. Booker is going to book it on down to Dallas and Cowboys. And I do want to mention I really appreciate the owner of the Mavericks really jacking things up. It's really taken a lot of pressure off me, and I appreciate it.
He definitely
So
did that.
Yeah, it hasn't been. It's probably the worst thing I would compare it to what I did is when I signed Ryan Lee. But and God bless his heart, he's a good man now. But back then he was not. He's
not.
about.
Take us through the draft process. Was it always Tyler Booker in y'all's mind, or was it ultimately we wanted to fill the best need we could with the best player?
Well, I think once you watch people like Tyler Smith and you watch people like Zach the Man Martin retire, you got to rebuild your offensive line because last year we had to play with a quarterback that wasn't the quarterback that we wanted to be our quarterback when we started with a quarterback. So it was more like a nickelback. Well, no, that's defense. So
Or
the process is that I take my snow globe, and I took this probably about when the fifth round happened, and I started asking the snow globe, what could we do? Because Gent is gone. Sanders, I don't know what's going on there because we got Dak. And we spent a lot of money on Dak. How much we spent on Dak, Steven? Good God. All right.
$60 million a year.
Oh no, that's I don't remember signing. I did sign that, Steven. Well, shit. All right. So this is how the process works. I asked the snow globe where to go based on what's left. And it said, get on down to Dallas. So Booker's get on down to Dallas. We's happy. I called him here on the cell phone and told him how he liked being a Dallas Cowboy. And he about fell out of his chair, I think. So we are all in. We're all in.
I think the all in is played out, Jerry. I think you're going to figure out a new line for this year. I do like it. It's a smart pick. While we were waiting for you to come on, I do think it was a la Zach Martin. There's a lot of that year you could have went sexy and trendy with Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel out of A&M. Other spots or other positions.
He would have been a great cowboy. He would have been a great cowboy.
I don't think he would have been great anywhere. But you did the smart thing.
I could have coached him. I can coach this team.
You're not a coach, Jerry. You're not a coach.
I played football. You don't even know. I won a championship in Arkansas.
Listen,
so
no one
Razorbacks
remembers that at all.
I remember it, and that's all that counts.
Yeah, well, you do have the billions. Anyways, I think it's a very smart pick on y'all's part. I think you could have got more impactful player if you would have went Tyler Warren, that tied in. But ultimately,
and by the way, Miami just took Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle.
Well, good for them. Ultimately, what do you think in round 2, Jerry?
Well, we've been looking at our board and everything, and it's.
Are we thinking? Is the snow globe saying running back?
It's probably we may look at some running backs.
Okay.
According to
all right
snow globe, we might look at some running backs. We just got to see what's out there. But no, I like Fergalicious, and I like our who the hell is our running back, Stephen? Oh, we ain't got. Oh, okay. That's why we got to look at one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we
You
ain't.
probably need
We
to look
ain't.
at a running back, a few of them. All right, Jerry. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show after making a pick. Your secret office there with looks very familiar, but
Book it
we'll let
on
you
down
go.
to Dallas, baby. Book it on down to Dallas.
Maybe we'll hear from you again if y'all decide to get frisky and make a trade back into the first round or something like that.
Oh,
Since
yeah,
you
we
did
might.
say
I
there
mean,
were trades and moves in the works.
we might. Yeah, we might. But I gotta keep my secret. My secret.
Keep his secret. All right. All right. There it is. Live from his secret office at the Star. JJ, the GM owner of the Dallas Mavericks. Looking a little disheveled there. Hair all over the place. Tie was undone. But, has been a long day. Probably a long few months for him. And I love how he thanked Nico Harrison for making him not the hated most GM in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So interesting here. I think we're going to try to take you through the first, I think, 21st picks of 2021 picks of the draft because I'm really interested to see what Pittsburgh does. Hey,
You just said Jerry Jones is the general manager of the Mavericks.
nah, I said Cowboys, whatever.
No, you said Mavericks.
Yeah, you have hearing problems.
Replay the tape.
Anyways, I was saying we're probably going to try to last until at least the 21st pick because I think that's where it gets really interesting with Pittsburgh and Shador, and then we may have to call it a night up there. I know you got a road trip tomorrow, and I got to go to work, and then I got a crap ton of homework, and got to get the house ready for a party this weekend. So a lot to do in the next 48 hours, but yeah.
Well, all right. So we've got, and there he goes, Tyler Warren to the Colts of all people. So he is off the board now. So there you go. So 2 picks away from what Dallas could have had, but I do think Booker it's a safe choice, and they definitely need offensive line, and based on the way this draft is going to fall, I think you've still got some good running back choices that are going to fall to the second round.
Well, yeah, the running back thing is it's a very deep draft for running backs. We haven't seen Hampton go off the board, even though most people do predict him in the first round somewhere. I think Jukins or Henderson, both are from Ohio State, I think would be good options. So, man, there's still some good players on the board right here. Jalen Walker's still on the board.
So how far do we think Sanders is going to fall?
I think that's why I want to stay on until pick 21. I think it's Pittsburgh.
You think it's still going to stick with Pittsburgh?
That would be the conventional pick. If he goes in the first round at all, I think it's. And if it's not Pittsburgh, I think he falls to the end of the first, and maybe someone trades back in to the first to grab him. But I don't know. I never liked his arm strength, his maneuverability as a quarterback. He's very accurate. His accuracy is top notch. I also don't like his attitude, and I did see a report that dealing with these new age players that are getting paid millions now, you're probably going to have them coming in the league not kissing your ass anymore. They're making $2, $3, $4 million right now. Who knows what they're making in 5 years? If the NCAA doesn't end up capping it. So I think that is by the way, I'm watching these highlights of Tyler Warren. Good God, he's a man amongst boys. Anyways.
Well, my thing if we're talking about the Cowboys possibly taking a running back, I mean, do we think Hampton's going to be available
I don't
out
think
of North Carolina?
I don't think he'll be available in the second round. If he slips to the end of the first, I can see the Cowboys trading up to get him. But you have to give up more of your draft capital. If you do it, you have to give up last year's, or I'm sorry, I mean
So,
next year's.
so are we
You
thinking
can't
then
afford
Henderson or Judkins out of Ohio State? And which one's the better one?
Well, they say Henderson is better than Jukins. I would like any of those three, honestly, if they fall. I actually like Martinez out of Miami in the later rounds as well, to be honest. But if you get one of those three, Henderson, Judkins, or Hampton, you pair them with a solid option with your first pick, solidifying your line. Hopefully, you've actually done the smart draft thing, and I think for the Cowboys, ultimately, if you look at the past 10 drafts, maybe even a little farther than that, the past 12 drafts, overall they draft pretty smart. They do a good job. I think Will McClay has a huge hand in that. And I think it honestly goes all the way back to the Zach Martin pick. I can't remember if Zach Martin or Tyron Smith was picked first, because they both retired this year. But I think they were consecutive drafts. But I think it started with that Zach Martin and Tyron Smith picks, to really say, all right, we need to approach the draft a little differently. And if you go down the line, the draft picks they have over this time period are pretty solid. And when first round picks are, 50-50 propositions, they've done a pretty good job of it. I'll give credit where credit is due. I mean, they've had their bust, Mozzie Smith, Taco Charlton, those guys. But, I remember when they traded back into the first round to take Travis Frederick, and everyone was like, what are you doing? Why are you trading up to get a center in the first round? And he was on his way to be a Hall of Fame center. So
Yeah, I tell you, running back I like just because of his attitude, and I think he'd be fun to have on the team. Not saying he's better than any of these other guys ahead of him, but Scatabo out of Arizona State, he just,
game translation.
he was just his attitude and the way he fights and just he just seems like a guy that would bring a tenacity to the team. Now he's probably going to be a third or fourth round pick, but he might be a good one in later rounds if he's there. I just like the guy. I watched him obviously play this year in the college playoffs, but
I just don't think his game translates very well with his size. To me, I do agree with you on the attitude. He reminds me a lot of Mike Allstott, but he's not Mike Allstott's size. And so I don't know if a 5'9", 5'10" running back on his size without a lot of shiftiness translates well to the NFL. But let's go back to 2010 in Dallas Cowboy first rounders. 2010 was Des Bryant. Pretty damn good pick there. 2011 was Tyron Smith. Pretty damn good pick there. 2012, suspect, Morris Claiborne. The cornerback out of LSU, didn't really pan out. Had an okay average to below average career, but not what you would expect with the 6th overall pick. Then 2013 is where they trade up to get Travis Frederick. 2014 was Zach Martin. 2015 was Byron Jones at 27. Had a decent career. I mean, he was solid. He wasn't, but he was the 27 pick. 2016 was Zeke. Had a good run for the most part. Then 2017 was Taco. 2018 was Leighton Vander Esch. 2019, they did not have a pick. Then 2020 was CD. 2021, Parsons. 22, Smith. Tyler Smith, that is. And then 23 was Mozzie Smith. And then 24 was Tyler Guyton. So, over the past 14 years, they've only missed on, I'd say, legitimately 3 of those.
Yeah, but you say all that, but it hasn't translated to championships.
I
And
agree.
you take a team like the Eagles,
I
who
think part
have
of that
not
is
done
free
bad.
agency. Part of that is the Cowboys aren't doing good on free agency, and they shoot themselves in the foot when negotiating their own damn contracts.
So
So
here comes the Falcons. Let's see what they do. With the Falcons selection, the 15th pick, Jalen Walker out of Georgia. So Walker just went off the board.
staying home.
Yep.
I figured he was
So
about
I think
to go
that's
somewhere here pretty soon. I think that's a good pick for them. I know most people had them taking like Jaheed Campbell from Alabama, but that's because no one really saw Jalen Walker falling this far. So good pick by them. You can play him inside, outside, or on the edge. I think he's a very versatile player, and solid there. He gets to stay home and play for the hometown squad.
Yep.
I always like
That
those
is-
stories when the hometown kid gets picked by the hometown
Has he
team.
was he with Georgia the whole time? He was never in transfer for him?
He probably was a transfer. I'm not sure, but he.
No.
But he's from
All right.
he's from that general geographical area. He's from North Carolina, so like he's not like I don't know if he transferred, but
This is going to be an interesting pick with the Arizona Cardinals at 16th. Are they going to go defense?
I
Or are
think
they going
so.
to try to get some more offensive line help?
I think they go defense. I think they're about done with Kyler Murray. I think he's got one more year in Arizona. I think they're going to part ways. So I don't think they're overly concerned with getting him a lot of help.
Yeah. So maybe
I mean, I'm thinking maybe corner or
Will Johnson out of Michigan, maybe.
or Barron out of Texas. Someone like that.
Yeah. Yeah, either one of them would be a decent pick.
Has Mason Graham been picked?
Graham?
Yeah, the defensive tackle from
Yes,
Michigan.
yes. He was the 5th pick. He's who Cleveland took.
Oh, okay. I was brain farting.
Yep, Cleveland took him.
Oh, I need to get in contact with our NFL scout, see if he's going to come on the show. And now that the draft is going to be over,
He's from the Patriots.
yeah, he's one who works with the Patriots. Got to get in contact with his girlfriend since she teaches at A&M. So
Cool. So they are taking some time here.
yeah, I mean, which could be a sign they may trade down. They need Arizona needs a lot of help. You start getting to some of these teams. I think Cincinnati's going to go defense. Seattle could go any which way, to be honest, because they need damn near everything as well. I think Seattle might go wide receiver. I think Seattle could pick Golden because they did sign Sam Darnold, and he has no one to throw it to right now.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think originally, that the way it's played out is really pushing them to they are going to have to look at getting a receiver.
I think it's either receiver or O line for Seattle. But I think
Well,
Cincinnati goes
a
deep.
lot of the predictions are the safety out of South Carolina. Even Worry. That's a lot of the predictions in mock drafts is that they need a safety.
And
But
I think you could see the first small school guy go to Cincinnati with Mike Green from Marshall, edge player. I think that could be the first one there. But Cardinals pick is in. Let's see who's going to be here eventually. So shout out to the folks
who
that
is
have
going to
been
make
solid with us the whole time on the show. We're completely reacting to the draft here. By the way, shout out to the Dallas Stars going up 2-1 in both overtime. They have led a total of minute and 3 seconds in this series, and they're up 2-1.
Yeah, they're scaring me. They need to be a little bit more dominant.
Hey, didn't I tell you I was worried going to the playoffs? They're in a 7-game losing streak. But shout out to them, and hopefully I shot Brad Alberts another email. Hopefully he emails me back here soon. But yeah. Good old Cardinals. Is there I know the Browns fan base has been hurting. Don't you feel like the Cardinals is up there with the suckiest fan base to be a part of?
Well, the Cardinals have made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they lost.
They just didn't win.
They've only been once.
16th pick is in, and it is Walter Nolan, the defensive tackle out of Ole Miss.
All right. So they go defensive line.
Mm-hmm. So now we have Cincinnati, and you're saying this could possibly be a small school person.
I think Mike Green would be a good pick here. Walter Nolan. I didn't even have him in the first round.
I think it's going to be defensive line. I agree with a lot of the mock drafts. It's either going to be Pierce out of Tennessee, Pierce Jr., or Derek Harmon out of Oregon.
You're not liking my Mike Green pick? You're not liking my Mike Green pick to Cincinnati?
No. I don't think Green really first round.
Or is it Shador? Nah, we know it's not Shador. I'm just kidding. That'd be the dumbest pick ever if you're Cincinnati.
Well, the only way that would happen is if they traded their superstar quarterback.
Yeah, that's not happening. That would if Nico Harrison was their GM, they would do it.
Yeah, that would be the equivalent of the Luka trade for sure.
Oh, man. By the way, I thoroughly enjoy watching the Lakers get smacked that first game. Now, they came back and won, but I tell you what, as a basketball guy, one of the things I hate seeing in the playoffs is when injuries happen and it takes away from, like, the competitiveness of the series. And I really, really hope Jimmy Butler is healthy and is playing tomorrow night for the Warriors. Not because I'm a Jimmy Butler fan or a Warriors fan, but I want the Houston Rockets and the Warriors to be battling at full strength, because I want to see if the Rockets can take down kind of the Warriors' last run, or did the Warriors have a little something left in them? Because since they got Jimmy Butler, they're 24-7 or something like that since that trade. So, but they're below 500 when they don't have them.
Yep.
So I think that'd be pretty interesting when it comes to the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's been sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second.
Well, I was going to throw another scenario out there. What do you think about college game day not traveling around anymore? I think that's stupid.
Well, did they say they're not going to travel around at all?
Yeah, this is going to be the last year, and then they're going to be a studio show.
Yeah, I think them
They said
more
it's
than
too
anybody
expensive.
else should travel around. So, yeah, I don't like that idea at all.
Like it's
And
part of
you
the
got,
experience, man.
and then you got Corso is retiring.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
no
it's
more
going to look a
Washington
lot different.
State flag waving in the background. Did you
Yep.
see the ESPN short on that? The guy who shows up at every college game day with the Washington State.
And
Yeah, and they did a whole series on him. He's been doing it like since the inception of college game day to try to get them to go to Washington State. So he'd be there. So every college game day episode, you see the Washington State flag waving in the background.
that's got to cost a little bit to show up at every single one. So, okay. How about we get this pick in?
Yeah. Yeah,
As far
unlike
as
the commentators on TV, we don't have a bunch of commercials that can spell us or give us a break.
Nope.
So, oh man,
Yep, because that is what's going on now. Tons of commercials.
yep, good old truck month. It's truck month for Chevy now. That's what I'm seeing. Good times.
Yeah, truck month. It's like me. I miss every day of somebody's son's day, daughter's day, pizza lovers day,
Earth Day.
popcorn.
It was
Hey,
Earth
look,
Day.
I'm Coach Popovich. I have popcorn.
Man, got to glue them to some magnets, according to Jason Kidd, Coach J Kidd.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man! Shout out to
All
the
right. Well, could we please get back to our draft?
nope Kia commercial now.
Well, that's
We
all
need
one
more
thing. I have
sponsors.
multiple TVs, so I have
Oh,
they're
over there
showing
bouging and
Sanders.
shit.
They are showing Sanders a lot because I guess it's anticipation of his pick coming up here with Pittsburgh. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And so here we go.
Oh,
Pick
that looks
is
cozy.
in.
Nice little cozy fire in the backyard in Green Bay.
Here we go.
Here we go again.
And he stopped.
Dropped and
Why did
rolled.
he stop? Oh, I
Did he
guess
stop and pop and lock it?
no, not really. Just stopped and looked back at somebody and started clapping.
Hmm.
All right. With 17th pick, Shamar Stewart out of A&M. That's a good
Defensive lineman.
pick right there.
Is that the one who had like 1.5 sacks?
Stewart?
Yeah.
No, I think Stewart was a menace up front.
Yeah. There was a dude who was a menace, but he only had 1.5 sacks on the year.
I don't think Stewart. I think Stewart had better. Let's see here. Look at this.
By the way, y'all watching, feel free to comment, throw something out there. Our man Derek, I guess dinner's over, so he didn't stop. He didn't keep throwing comments in the comment section.
Well, you know how it is when doing this stuff. It gets start to get in the later rounds. It's not super exciting.
Oh, I get it. I'm just saying, throw something out there for us. I don't care if it's NFL draft
cannot get-
related or not. Holy crappy.
I cannot get the stats come up for some reason. So even the computer has gotten bored.
Oh man, yeah, we're definitely logging off after that 21st pick. Oh man, going over 2 hours right now. Before the show, I would just like go do whatever I wanted to do, and then I would just check every once in a while on my phone. And now I got sports responsibilities.
Yes, you have sports.
Yeah, this would have sucked if you had to leave tonight and left me by myself.
Yeah, you would be by yourself. Well, not yet. Your sister doesn't get off till, so should be close to being on her way home. Yeah, you were right. He didn't have a lot of sacks at all.
Like he was very disruptive, had a lot of pressures, but he didn't have a lot of sacks.
Right.
There's another A&M defensive lineman in this draft that's supposed to be pretty solid as well.
Let's see here. That's going to be. You're talking about Scruton. Nick Scruton.
Correct. Yeah. Nick Scrotum.
Yeah, that's what you call him, but you shouldn't be calling him that. That is not a good name for someone.
Scrotum, Scranton, something like that.
All right, Seahawks pick is in. So who do they go with? You got Sam Darnold. Could they possibly take Golden?
It's Golden or O-line, I think.
Let's see what most people have them taken. Most people, like I said, a lot of the people on their mock drafts have them taking a safety. For a corner.
I mean, they need a lot, but
so we'll see if it's going to be defense.
Man,
I tend to agree with that they need defensive back help.
Look, I'm about to add these necklaces to my sports pet peeves. They're getting ridiculous. Dude has a Thanos charm on his oversized necklace.
A what?
I don't know if you're still seeing it, but Shamar's dad on his big thick chain, that's a Thanos character from the Avengers. Like I'm putting that on my pet peeve list. These stupid, obnoxious chains, jewelry these dudes wearing now. Like someone gonna snatch that shit from you.
Well, it's like the commissioner. Here he is making all this money and he's wearing tennis shoes with a suit.
Is it tennis shoes or is it casual shoes?
No, it's tennis shoes.
Well, he's getting
With
old.
The 18th pick, they take Gray Zabel, the guard out of North Dakota. That was one I didn't see coming.
That is actually the one I'm looking at. That's who they had taken them. I just didn't think they were going to go O-line.
So, yeah. So, Gray Zabel is off the board. Where was he ranked? On the board here. Yeah.
There's rumors that the Cowboys were interested in him.
Well, yeah. But then he was supposed to be a late first round. I think they reached a little bit, but
Well, I mean, I think a lot of these teams are building their team from the inside out right now with D line and O line.
well, yeah. I mean, that's pretty
Gray
much
Zabo
what
has a
we're
terrible
seeing.
mustache, by the way. That is an ugly ass mustache on that dude. Like, dude, no, shave, either grow out a beard or shave that off.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Look like a dead raccoon died on your upper lip.
You know what? He's like, I just made bank, so it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, he definitely laughing to the bank because I'm not.
So now Tampa Bay is an interesting one coming up here at the 19th pick.
I'm thinking they could go Hampton or wide receiver.
I'm thinking it's more going to be around defense. I think they had a pretty decent offense last year.
Yeah, but didn't Godwin tear his ACL or something like that? Did he come back? I think he got hurt.
I don't. Yeah, he did get hurt. But
I think it could be the wide receiver from Ohio State, Egbuka. I don't know how to say his name exactly. It could be Golden, could be Hampton.
I think it's Campbell out of Alabama.
Oh, the linebacker.
Yep. I think they go defense because their defense is getting a lot older. I mean, and yeah, I think they're going to go that way. I mean, I agree with most of the
Asante Samuel
predictors.
Jr. on their team, or was he a Patriot?
I'll take Samuel Jr. Good question. You would hit me with one I don't know.
Oh no, he was on the Chargers. Never mind.
That's what I was fixing to say.
I
didn't think he was.
He was on there, like, and they let him go. They might be going corner. But
Yep. Denver's another interesting one. They obviously got their quarterback in Bo Nix. So, where do we see Denver going? Denver. Yeah.
I think they're going wide out.
I think they need a running back. I think Mr. Nix needs a running back in Denver.
I think
this is where we're going to see Henderson or Hampton or one of them come off the board.
I think it's Golden or Ibuka from Ohio State, the wide receivers at 20.
Yeah. I think they need a running back more than they need anything.
All right. I'm going to play a little Cowboys draft trivia with you. Who was the 2002 first round pick for the Dallas Cowboys?
2002?
Yep. I'll give you a hint. It was a defensive player.
$2,002.
Top 10 pick. Matter of fact, they traded down with Kansas City and still got this guy.
Roy Williams?
Roy Williams is correct.
Yep.
2003 first round pick. Give you a hint. It's another defensive player.
Yeah, it's defensive back, and I can't remember his name. It was dang it, I have his jersey too. It's a corner, isn't it?
It is a corner. He's from Kansas State.
Yeah. Dang it, I can't remember his name.
I think
I
you're
know
about to say
Terrence Newman.
Newman, yeah.
Terrence Newman.
No 2004 first rounder. There was 2 first rounders in 2005, both on the defense.
Um,
Give you a hint. They were both in the front 7 of the defense.
one was where?
They were both on the front 7 of the defense.
Sean Lee.
Nope. He was not a first round pick.
I don't know that one.
Well, one of them's a Hall of Famer and DeMarcus Ware.
I said where?
No, I thought you said like where did they play?
No, I said where.
Oh,
And you, so I knew where was one of them. I can't think of the other one. It might have been. Okay, now that I know it came in with where.
tell you what, he's from LSU.
Yeah, I don't remember who the other one was.
Tampa picking.
Who?
Right now, Tampa pick. Hey, I was right. Wide receiver, Ohio State.
Yep.
Woo! Why do y'all even watch these
Luka.
experts? Just watch me. Oh man, yeah. I thought Baker needs some more help down there. Mike Evans is getting up there in age.
Yeah, he is. Well, Denver's on the clock. I still think they're going running back. And I'm going to say it's going to be Henderson out of Ohio State.
I think if they go running back, it's Hampton. But I think they're going potentially Golden at wide receiver.
We shall see.
Within the next 5 minutes. Dun, 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 dun.
You know what would be interesting? None of these other teams are going to pick Sanders. So if I'm Pittsburgh sitting there at 21, I'm looking at trading back because none of these
only
other
where
teams
you start getting to that is someone trades back up ahead of you.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody. What other team would possibly take Sanders or a quarterback? We know it's not LA. It's not Green Bay. It's not
No, it's not Green Bay. Minnesota.
Not Minnesota. Not the Texans. Rams,
New York?
possibly. Yeah, the Rams possibly could.
Oh, the Rams. Yeah.
Not the Lions, not the Commanders, not Buffalo, not Kansas City. Yeah, so if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm trading back to try and get some.
Like I said, the only thing that you would worry about is one of these other teams that were at the top of the draft, like the Jets, the Browns, maybe the Giants, or the Saints trading back up in front of you, depending on how far you trade back down. If that's really the guy you want.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I think Denver goes wide receiver or Hampton at running back versus you think it's Henderson. I think Hampton is the second best running back in the draft. Whew.
Yeah, I think if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm trading. I'm trading back a couple picks, trying to get some more picks.
And that's if anyone, but if everyone is like that, everyone knows that's why you're trading back. You might not get that good a deal. It might not be worth you trading back. So it takes two to tango.
Yeah. Well, now that Cowboys took Booker, most people have predicted Booker going to the Texans. So the Texans are might be one to try and get a better offensive lineman. Now Booker's off the board.
Yeah, I could see them
So
going Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State, maybe. Um, Josh Simmons out of Ohio State as well. Um, those are kind of the two that I have left being first round grades here. So, oh shoot, more and more commercials.
oh yeah.
I must just start
But
putting your
40
commercial
seconds
on.
left for the pick is in for Denver.
Oh, I got ABC 13 News.
Here. Now I have I have NFL Network on one, I have ESPN on the other.
Yeah, I'm not as fancy as you.
So they're saying possible Sanders, Johnson, Hampton, Simmons, or Golden.
Sanders is not going to Denver.
Well, that's the best available.
Oh, okay. I was all like, what? No.
Yeah, not who they're going to pick. It's just the best available left.
I don't think Sanders is better than any of those other guys you just listed. I just don't think. I don't think he's gonna be a good quarterback in the pros. I just don't.
Who, Sanders?
Yep.
Depends on how.
I think if his last name wasn't
coachable.
Sanders, wouldn't even be he might not even be drafted.
Well, I also agree with go with the philosophy. He's been coached hard his whole life by his dad. So
What the hell is that
lot of
dude wearing?
people-
The fudge sickle hat is that? Dion, slap that off his head, please.
All right. Here we go with Denver. Oh, we got a tribute to someone. Some Make-A-Wish thing.
That'd be cool, but if I was doing Make-A-Wish, I feel like I'd pick a better wish.
He's kind of an older kid. Been battling cancer. So
By the way, I have this weird knot right under my where my ribs connect. I think I need to make an appointment with the VA.
all right. Here we go.
Let's go, Sam. Make this pick.
Barron, cornerback.
From Texas.
Yep. Chadam.
All right. We're coming up to our last pick of the night for the show. Pittsburgh. Is it Shador? Is it not?
On the clock.
that Brad Williams? That's Brad Williams, the comedian, the little person comedian.
I didn't see what with Barron.
Well, he was in the crowd at Green Bay.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, that's Brad Williams, the little person comedian. See, I'm getting better. I'm not using the word midget.
Nope, you didn't. Well, all right. Now we get to see. Yeah.
That's a lot of people in that dude's draft party.
Mm-hmm.
And some weird dude live streaming, trying to look at me off of my boy Golden Success. Oh man, shout out. Oh. And even on live streams, you get scam comments.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to the 8 folks who just left this streaming in the background and walked away. Shout out. We appreciate the numbers. I guarantee you one of them's my wife. She just put it on and walked away.
Yeah. Derek is commenting or he's typing. But not in our chat on the
on the messenger.
Yeah, he was, and then it disappeared. So
he says Stewart's dad sounded dumb.
So here we go.
And Denver has the best cornerback duo. You know, y'all could just comment this on this and give us something to talk about, guys. Seriously. Help us out a little bit. By the way, this better be like a legit network show next year, or I'm not doing this. This has been a grind.
Well, it is.
I mean, it's fun to react and stuff, but man, you imagine doing this all the time?
Let's see what happens here.
All right, Steelers. Is it Shador?
Or is it the quarterback out of Mississippi?
We gonna find out. Now, I want these dudes on here next year so they understand this grind. Okay? Because they ain't none of them done a 2.5-hour show. I know that for a fact. Now, they may have went 2 hours plus with their little golf 2K thing they were doing or whatever the hell that was. But
all right, here we go.
It is in. Who's it going to be? Is it Shador? Is it Dart? Or is it something else? Is there video of Deion Sanders picking up the phone yet?
21st pick. Derek Harmon. Defensive tackle. Oh, so they pass on Sanders.
Ooh, I don't know where he goes now. He's out of the first round unless someone trades up. He is out. He's out of the first round unless someone trades up. I knew he wasn't a first rounder. I knew he wasn't a first rounder from day one. I never saw it.
But here's the thing. Los Angeles, not the Chargers, but the Rams could possibly take a quarterback.
They could. I mean, Stafford's at the end of his rope.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, there's no other team remaining that needs a quarterback except for possibly the Rams. So my original, well, we're fixing to get off here, but my original was, how far does Sanders fall?
Well, he falling. Oh, he falling.
Because I'm free falling.
Who sings that?
Me. And the guy who's saying it's dead, so you can't say he needs to keep singing it.
He can
So
sing
there you
in
go.
heaven or
Well,
hell,
all right.
wherever he is.
I got to get ready for get stuff packed. Interesting. I don't think the Cowboys screwed it up. I think they were safe in what they did.
Yeah, we probably should have gave them a little more credit than we have, just because they tend to screw up free agency, but they normally do a solid job in the draft. So
yeah, free agency is something they definitely lack. But yeah, I think really just now is the biggest surprise that Pittsburgh did not take Sanders.
yeah, it'll be interesting for sure to see where he ends up going in the rest of the draft. So if you were grinding out with us this whole time, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Back to a normal show next week. We'll kind of give our draft grades overall, do some playoff updates in NHL and NBA, and yeah. So
well, it's interesting because it's like I said, I think Sanders is going to fall, but then you have to start thinking Cleveland again. Because at the beginning of the second round, Cleveland has the 33rd pick and the 36th pick.
Bruh.
So does Cleveland take Sanders
already said that.
After all?
Already said that. But yeah.
Well, all right.
All right, y'all. I already did the sign off once. I'm not doing it again. Peace. Love y'all. We out.
Take care. Bye.